What happens when the most powerful man in the world stops fearing anything? No enemies, no limits, no consequences. Because that's when power stops being control and becomes chaos. In the heart of the Imperio Romano, where emperors ruled like gods, one man would rise, not to lead, but to unravel everything. Before he became known as Caligula, he was something else. A symbol, a favorite, a boy raised in the shadow of power. His real name, Gaius Caesar, the son of a respected general, Germanico, loved by the people, admired by the army, and feared by those in power. Because in Rome, popularity could be dangerous. And when Germanicus died suddenly, suspicion spread, whispers, poison, the trail. And young Gaius watched everything. He learned early, power was not stable. It shifted, it betrayed, it destroyed. And yet, he was pulled deeper into it, taken into the household of the emperor himself, Tiberio, a man known for paranoia, cruelty, isolation. And inside that environment, Gaius didn't just grow, he adapted. He learned how to survive among monsters, because Rome wasn't ruled by strength alone. It was ruled by fear. And the only way to survive was to understand it. When Caligula finally took power, everything changed. At least, that's what people believed. Because unlike the rulers before him, he was young, charismatic, different. The people loved him. The army supported him. The Senate accepted him. And for a brief moment, Rome felt hopeful. He reduced taxes. He gave public games. He appeared among the people, smiling, accessible, human. And after years of fear under Tiberius, that was enough. He wasn't just an emperor. He was a symbol of renewal. But power doesn't reveal who you are immediately. It waits. And then it tests you. And soon, something changed. A sudden illness, severe, mysterious. Caligula almost died. And when he recovered, he was no longer the same. The shift was not immediate, but it was undeniable. The warmth disappeared, the generosity faded, and what replaced it was something else, something darker. Caligula became unpredictable, erratic, cruel. He began to humiliate senators, mock authority, abuse power openly, because now there was no restraint. He didn't fear consequences. He didn't respect limits. He saw himself as above them, above everyone, above everything. Stories began to spread, strange, disturbing. He declared himself divine, a living God, demanding worship, not respect, worship. And those who refused paid the price. Executions increased. Punishments became personal. Because for Caligula, power was no longer a tool. It was entertainment. And Rome was forced to watch. By this point, there were no illusions left. Caligula wasn't misunderstood. He was feared. He spent recklessly, drained the empire's wealth, then demanded more from the people, from the elite, from anyone he could control. He turned the palace into a place of excess, decadence, unpredictability, where nothing felt stable and no one felt safe. Even those closest to him began to fear him. Because Caligula didn't just rule. He tested people, pushed them, broke them, and enjoyed it. At one point, he reportedly planned to make his horse a consul, not as a joke, but as a statement that power was entirely his, and that nothing, not tradition, not logic, not Rome itself, could limit him. But history has a pattern, and men like this do not last. Fear can control people, but only for so long, because eventually fear turns into something else: desperation. And desperation leads to action. Those around Caligula, the guards, the insiders, the ones who saw everything, reached a limit. And one day, they acted. Caligula was assassinated, not in battle, not by enemies, but from within, by those who could no longer endure him. And just like that, the most powerful man in the world was gone. But his story did not end there, because Caligula became something more, a warning of what happens when power has no limits, when control disappears, when a man stops seeing himself as human and starts believing he is something else. Because Rome survived him, but it never forgot him. And even today, his name echoes through history.